now that you say that, I can't unsee it. You're absolutely right.
The reclaimer, let's talk about that first, because I was going to go in a totally different direction.
You can make as much money as you need and work your way towards any ship in the game.
They were trying to cash in off of that nostalgia and that hype.
Oh yeah. Look at that. Look how smooth that was. So very smooth, that transition. Could say, with a little bit of practice, getting pretty good at this.
Practice makes perfect.
Practice makes perfect. And today I have a very perfect special guest with me. You've been listening. Tav's going to be out for the next few weeks. He's, well, I can't say. He's doing some good things. So while he's out, we're going to have some guest hosts. Some guest hosts like today, DukeLetoII. Welcome to Open Comms Radio, Duke.
Thank you. Thank you. Glad to be here. It's an honor. And thank you for pronouncing my name properly.
What do other people say?
DukeLetoII. They just kind of drag out those uppercase I's into a couple of L's. You know,
they don't know Roman numerals.
It's tough. You know, not everyone covers that.
Maybe they're not from that part of the world. You know, maybe
Right.
They don't get Roman history.
That's true.
Right? Maybe they get Korean history.
Right. I don't know the Roman numerals, if there are different ones.
I know Japan invaded.
I mean, yeah, everyone knows that. There was that movie.
And for a long, long time, I wouldn't be able to say this, but I think I may know more about Star Citizen history by playing Star Citizen than I might know about other countries' histories.
I think that's probably true of a lot of gamers who play Star Citizen or any other game. That's true.
Well, now we finally have something. We have something like narratively.
True. Yeah, we're getting some in-game lore.
Mm-hmm. Piggybacking off of the resource drive, which you help me finish. I have to say this during this episode, CIG. I don't know what you did, but you really hated me. You hated me so hard this patch. Had one more mission left, and twice I tried to do it. Both times I take a large cargo and I land on Bajini Point, and I go to take the cargo out, and my hangar disappears. Just like that.
Gone.
And then I go back, and my ship is still there, and all the cargo's still in the ship, but you can't move it off the ship.
Now, when you were getting that cargo, were the elevators working for you, or was it like it was at the beginning, where you were desperately trying to get a large shipment?
No, it was perfect until then.
Okay.
Literally,
so
like
at least there's that.
Well,
they didn't totally hate you. You know, you didn't
I mean,
have to jump servers 4 times to find an elevator that worked.
Yeah, but I had to do the whole mission before I found out.
True.
I capooched it. But after the second time, I was like, "You're not going to fool me again. There's no way.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, I won't be fooled again."
And it was a week apart, by the way. This wasn't like back to back. This was like I did that once, and then I was like, I'm not playing, and I didn't play for like 5 days, and then I did it again, and the same thing happened. So
you gave up. Okay, you needed that week off to recharge.
No, I didn't give up. I said, "Hey, Duke, do you want to co-host the show?" And you're like, "Yeah." I was like, "Great. Can you also do this mission for me?"
It was an honor. Just like tonight, it was an honor to help move those boxes for you.
Wow, dude.
And if I recall, I think I moved all the boxes for you,
Yeah.
and flew the ship and landed it.
Yeah.
and dropped the boxes off and put them in the elevator, and then all you had to do was push the button to send them down.
To be fair, I'd done it so many times before that.
To be fair,
I just couldn't bring myself to it. Yeah, but some of the cool stuff that we could bring ourselves to. Did you try the what are they called? The ASD missions?
The ASD missions, the Onyx facility. I did
the Onyx.
I did finally. I was gonna wait. I've been waiting for a friend. I was gonna try to do it with him, but I couldn't wait any longer. I had to try it because everyone's been talking about it. So I did jump in there today, in between parental stuff. Like I got into it a little bit, not as much as I wanted to.
What do you think?
That is a loaded question. I've got a lot of
Mm.
thoughts.
Mm.
I got a lot of thoughts. I think like I didn't even want it. Normally, I would really dive into it, and I would, I'd write out my thoughts and kind of analyze it. But I wanted to just do it fresh. I wanted to do it with our guests today and just talk it over and see what they think.
Well, that may be why you
That's my
picked this
goal.
week's question.
It could be why. That is why. It's
Mm.
definitely why.
What question did you pick this week?
This week's question is Onyx Facilities, the future of exploration gameplay, or just another dead-end bunker mission?
It's harsh.
It is. I mean, it's a little harsh. It's a little, it's a little controversial.
Could be. Honestly, you
be.
said that, and I was like, huh.
I like I said, I have a lot of thoughts about it. I have a lot of thoughts, but I don't want
All right,
to. I don't
well-
want to steal people's thunder. We'll share our thoughts with our new friends.
No, Duke, this is your show this week. You're the co-host, so anything you say goes. However you like to do it. But just so everybody else knows, this is Open Comms Radio, your Star Citizen call-in show. We're every week on Wednesdays, and every week, anyone who wants to call in can just hop into the Discord here and call in. And we have some favorite friends and who are packed here, so we're gonna get to it with the first one who is in the caller waiting room, Lord Anubis.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello, my lord.
Duke, you can ask him.
Oh, I'm gonna ask him. I'm greeting him. I want to make sure he's greeted first.
Gonna ask me?
We're gonna ask you. You ready? You ready for the question?
Sure.
Okay. Tonight's question: Onyx Facilities, the future of exploration gameplay, or just another dead-end bunker mission?
Fuck
Well,
yeah.
I guess the only thing I could say is how many other things were supposedly going to change the way the game works.
Mm.
Pyro is supposed to change everything. The executive hangars, this is a whole new system. Every single thing that has come along was supposed to be the next step, and it was going to change the way we play. I think that the jury is still out on this. It's too early to say. I think that if they decide to leave these as is and not add additional content to them, that these are just the stories you run through here and that's it, that they're not going to use them for other things, then yeah, it's a dead end. Just like everything else. It's another new roller coaster that everybody's going to try, and then they're going to go and move on to, doing the other stuff in the amusement park,
Mm-hmm.
and then no one goes on the roller coaster anymore because there's a new shiny.
So I have something related kind of to what you're saying about this, and it's about there's 120 of these facilities. They're all exactly the same. And initially I was really upset about that because it's I don't know, just put some random stuff in it, right?
I think it breaks the immersion.
Yeah, and there's always in every facility there's the same guy in the same chair who's dead behind the desk or whatever.
Maybe that's not a mistake.
Well, exactly, dude. I was thinking that, and the story and everything makes it seem like this should be one place. And I think maybe initially they planned for this to be one place, one location, and they were maybe wanted to instance it. This content seems like it's made for instancing, not 120 different locations.
I agree.
Yeah.
And the way the missions are functioning right now, where it's go down, get the personnel files, go down, download, get the personnel files, and then it's all right, leave the facility. And I'm like, well, wait, what? Why? Why am I leaving? Okay, I get it if that was the whole mission, but then it's all right, now go to this facility, and it'll send you to another location of the exact same facility to go into the mission again. So it's almost like the missions are broken, where it all should have just been, like you said, like instanced in one facility, but instead it's got us hopping from one to the other to get through missions that are basically like go from room A to room B in the same facility.
Right. And then it's also, I feel, why am I going to, if all these locations are exactly the same, why do I have to keep going to different ones?
Right. That's what I mean. Like, is it broken? Was this the original
Right.
intent? Because it's just, it doesn't make
Yeah,
sense.
I don't think it was. I think they couldn't get instancing done in time.
Yeah.
And
I
then they
think you're
just
right.
said, screw it, put the content out because it's cool narratively. And I think the narrative is tight. They need to keep everything on track for the narrative for this year.
Because if they had split up the facility into like smaller facilities and maybe done like 4 or 5 of them, then it would make sense, you know, to be jumping between them for the missions. But like you said, to go from one facility where you got Bob dead in the corner and then fly to a different moon, different facility, and you go down the elevator and there's Bob dead in the corner. It's, you know, like I said, it's immersion breaking. And it's a little disappointing. That's all. Unless this ties into the, you know, the whole, what's it called? Second Life Initiative thing, right? And these whole facilities are clones. That's it. You know, they're identical because they've been copied.
What do you think about that, Lord Anubis?
Look, they just need shit that actually matters. That you can still
Yep.
build upon and everything else like that. I mean, again, these rides are wonderful. They're, you know, you go on the ride, you go with your friends, and then it's done, and then that's it. And I guess before, when it was just like, okay, well, we have just simple bunkers and we have simple things. It's you know, it is what it is. But we were expecting that something was going to change things and something was going to make this feel more like a life that you're living rather
Mhm.
than just a bunch of rides you're visiting. And it still hasn't happened yet.
Now it feels like they're pumping tons of time and effort into more bunkers.
Mm-hmm.
Like when was the last time you did a Hathor?
Yeah, I mean, exactly. But, you know, orbital things, and it's going to change everything, and you're going to go mining, and you're going to go
It'd be
do all
so
these other things for
cool.
Wicklow, and no one does it. And it was, and even looting is just,
Yep.
you know, you
If they
got
had made
everything now.
if they had made those Hathor minerals something that was just extremely valuable or, you know, very useful outside of Wicklow,
Oh yeah,
you know, I think people would be down there, you know, they'd be doing it more often. But they're
yeah.
just, yeah. First of all, I mean, obviously they fixed it, but they tied it to the RNG in the beginning, um, which definitely turned people off. They were like, all right, well, I'm not going to waste my time. Uh, my main thought going through it was I just kept thinking this would be so much better if there was an economy.
Mhm.
You know, because even like I'm not much of a loot goblin. I'm always going down. I see all the, and I saw like some of the what is it the ASD armor, the newer like the stealth one. And I'm not into it, so I don't know, I just don't pick it up. But if
Right,
there
me
was like
too.
a built-in, you know, economy where I could put that up for sale, or I could bring it back to my base, fingers crossed for 2025, and you know, throw that in the um, what you want to call it, in the mulcher, you know, and just get the parts for it, take it apart, and use that to build something else. Then hell yeah, I'd be doing it. I'd be down there.
Yeah,
But it needs those other parts.
you're not going to be getting anything of that like that this next year.
Yeah, 2025 is almost over.
Yeah, I mean,
Listen,
they were supposed to be putting in what do you call it? Engineering, right?
oh, yep. That would have, so going back to what you said, like, you know, all these things that were supposed to be game changing, that would have been game changing. It would have been a big difference for, you know, medium to large ship gameplay.
Yep.
And they took it out. And it would have made it exciting. I would be every night I'd be queuing up to be, you know, just an engineer on someone's Idris or whatever. You know, right now, you know, sitting in the turret, it can get boring. But if I was literally running around putting out fires, swapping out, components and fuses and stuff like that, I'd be there. But they took that out, and you have to believe that they took it out for a reason. It just wasn't ready.
I mean, this has been years that they keep promising this, and then they dangle it in front of us, and I want to be Scotty. I want to be someone. I don't just want to man a turret because I'm not that good at shooting from turrets. It just So
Mana
like
turret.
I would like
I
to
was
do
thinking like
something.
manatee. Mana turret.
Yeah.
Mana turret. I'm gonna find an
Yeah.
artist to draw that for me. It's gonna be a turret with like a manatee tail.
All right. Well, Lord Anubis, I hope you stick around.
Nah, I'm a bail.
You're gonna bail?
Hang out. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, okay. Well, then you can scoot on down the couch there. Our next guest, Cosmic Hobo. Duke, little science here. See if you can pull Hobo up, and then you give him the intro.
Let me go tug on Hobo here. Let's see.
Well, all right. I didn't say
I
that like that.
I can't.
Okay. I will bring Hobo from the guest waiting room channel into the Open Comms live channel. No weird innuendo at all. Duke, you want to introduce this guy?
Cosmic Hobo, welcome.
Howdy.
Howdy. All right, you ready? We've been talking. Tonight's question: Onyx Facilities, the future of exploration gameplay, or just another dead-end bunker mission?
I think they're the future. If they can
Ooh.
replicate this again for another storyline with a different facility, with a different kind of design, yeah, sure. And I think at least for the short term, it's the future. Like short and medium term, they're gonna milk this. They're gonna open up that third wing with the next patch. We'll see where the story goes from there. I don't think they did list in the Q&A that there were going to be other missions that involved these facilities. Why they didn't release those missions with that Q&A, who knows? But so they've got the assets, they've got the facilities. They're at least gonna milk it for a while, and I hope they reuse this style at least and build upon it for other quest lines.
Okay. So do you think now, does this count as exploration, or is this more like a re-evolution of the PI investigation missions that we used to have?
I think it's a bit of both. It's definitely more combat heavy than those PI missions used to be.
True.
That's for sure.
Until they started doing the hot drops of Cuddy Blacks filled with guys.
Yeah. I only ever did a handful of those. I don't remember them very. I remember the spaceship ones. I think where you just kind of flew around with the horrible EVA mechanics.
Oh yeah.
And ran into stuff, and it always looked way better in the trailers. But then now we have that proper EVA, which that'd be cool to do those PI missions again.
I've been dying
And
to have those PI missions back.
Yeah. This is sort of a cross between those PI missions and like a CZ of sorts. Like they definitely maybe I can see people complaining that there's just maybe a too much E in the PvE of these missions, but I mean, I like it.
I like that. I think that was kind of the point, right? They were trying to deliver some of that PvE. I can't see a really positive aspect of introducing PvP to this particular event.
No. And unfortunately, though, it will happen and has happened.
Yeah.
Like we've run into quite a few people already, and I was looting one box just the other day, just like my back was turned, and I turned around and some guy came up and shot me, and thankfully Murph and Rob were around, and yeah, I mean it happens. It's that person went to jail, I believe, so that worked because I went and shot him in the face. But
I learned something about that.
Oh,
I don't mean to interrupt, but this is good. There's a setting in your game settings, like right on the top, right on like the front page, that says like if you don't when after someone kills you and that message pops up, like, do you want to press charges? If you do nothing, it will automatically press charges.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah,
I need
you
to
can turn
I
it
need
off,
to do that.
but it's on by default, so you
I'm
don't even have to
gonna
worry
take
about
a
it.
look at that. That's under
Yeah.
game settings. Oh, yeah, there it is.
Yep.
Report crime automatically if notification is ignored. Okay, yeah, I already have that as yes.
It's on by
Open
default.
com. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Open comms PSA. You don't have to
Turn
do
that
anything.
on if you've turned it off.
Yeah. But
yeah,
that's
I
just
think
good
they're
to
great.
know.
I like them.
I
I
like
think
that.
they're the future.
Yeah. All right. How'd you feel about the always going to the same one and seeing Bob in the chair?
It does get a little old. I will say that. I love them. I like it. We need more to the facilities. We need more wings. We need more floors. But I've said that about the bunkers in the past. Although the bunkers, as has been stated on this show previously, were very slapdash and thrown together, and this was not. This was clearly intentionally put together and planned out. Like,
Yeah.
if these are the I still believe they took some of the level designers who were doing pretty much nothing from Squadron 42 once they finished their part of it and
sure,
put them
yeah.
on this. And if that is the case, then I genuinely have a much more hopeful outlook of Squadron 42. I've not had a poor outlook of it, but I'm just like, sure, if it does well, fine. But that gives me a little more hope on that.
Yeah, I mean, I hadn't even considered that because I mean, at this point, right, we are quote feature complete.
Mhm.
The level designers shouldn't be working their butts off right now, right, on
They should be
Squadron,
doing miscellaneous tasks at
right, like
most.
clean up, fixes here and there. But right, they got to put those people to work so I can see now. All right, let's move them over to Star Citizen. Let's get them putting together some stuff. Okay, you gave me some hope because that is a good way
Yeah,
to look at it. There might be some more stuff in the
it
pipeline.
was genuinely my first thought after saying the facilities is, wow, they put those Squadron 42 designers to work because we've never seen anything like this in Star Citizen as far as level design goes. Just nothing. But we have seen glimpses of this in the Squadron 42 trailers and demos and vertical slices and stuff they've shown over the years.
Alrighty. I'm excited for it too. I think I agree in terms of level design and everything.
Did you do the whole thing, Cosmic?
Oh yeah, we Murph, Rob, and I did it all in like one sitting, both on the PU and when it came out.
So are you going to go back and do more?
Yeah,
Okay. There you
I
go.
like it.
Well, speaking of Rob, yeah, I want to bring. We have two more guests in the waiting room, so I do want to bring up Broccoli Rob. If you could scoot over on the couch a little bit here.
Sure thing.
Scoot.
Give a little scooty duty. Duke, you want to introduce this feller?
Broccoli Rob.
Pew, pew, pew,
Welcome.
pew.
Yep, that was your name.
How's it going, y'all?
We'll do that in post. Broccoli Rob, tonight's
Yes.
question. Onyx Facilities, the future of exploration gameplay, or just another dead-end bunker mission?
Wah, wah.
Wah.
Hey, y'all. Good to see everybody. So I think that it is a type of. I think it's a future for a type of exploration gameplay. It's the first on rails content that this game has. That I mean, there are older missions, but those all been kind of pushed away. The Onyx Facilities are the first on rails content that 1.0 is going to see.
Okay.
You think they're
Yeah.
going to stick around? I have a feeling like these are just going to go away after this narrative's done.
I mean, we'll have to see where the story goes. It's possible, but I don't think they've put the work into this to just disappear them after
Oh
the
yeah,
narrative is gone.
be a waste of resources.
I mean, that brings up another
Yeah.
question, which I've thought too, like this whole multi-patch narrative that they're working on, right? Does that go away after 1.0? or do they reuse it and start again once the game has been launched?
I think they've said in the past they want to keep it so that people playing now get to be a part of shaping the world and see the world get shaped without having to sort of hit like a big retcon button at 1.0. But yeah, I think that they can be. This could just be open forever. Like just say like, oh yeah, we want to track down Dr. Jorrit, and maybe he's always on the loose. Maybe these are just replayable, or maybe they have plans to slightly alter some of the voice lines to like change the game ever so slightly for sustainable like replayability, you know.
I'm just thinking Dr. Jorrit keeps escaping from Arkham Asylum.
No, they don't even need to do that. Clones, baby, clones.
Oh, they could clone him.
He figures it out.
Dr. Jorrit
like
clone.
every time he gets captured, he manages to kill himself, and then he is reborn in a clone. Wily bastard off himself again.
About instancing, I don't think that the plan was to ever have these instance. I think the plan, like narratively, it's one place. But I think if it was one place that was instance, we would have a line of ships out of atmosphere to try to get into it. I think they've recognized that problem and just saturated the market with different facilities so that people wouldn't be running into each other, and it didn't turn into Jump Town over the single facility that was instance.
I agree with that.
That's why I wonder when they're going to get into. So there's a huge real estate that is unused in the game right now. Open space, right? If they wanted to have like an instanced event or something, could have it based on a station out in deep space between the moons or something like that. I feel like that would give them much more room to play with and not have people.
Right.
Yeah, like transient jump points to temporary systems.
Yeah, exactly. And the entrance to the jump point is transient, so it jumps around. You got to find it, and then it's going to bring you to the instant mission.
And that whole system is always completely random. That's when they do their like proc gen stuff.
Yeah.
Could be like a vandal system. Like we don't know where this hole will take you, but we believe it is a vandal system. And bada boom, bada bing, you end up in a randomized vandal area.
That's the true beginning of exploration, right? Having to search down these transient jump points.
Well, I wanted to say, I think Onyx Facilities are the true start of exploration gameplay in a sense, because I think the exploration gameplay is not going to be find a new wormhole, enter a new system, name the sun after yourself, or name the star after yourself. I think a lot of it is like Jar Jar. We were doing this when we went in to the facility, and everyone was throwing themselves down the elevator shaft. I kept saying, "Do not do that. Don't just try to get to the end as fast as possible."
You'd stand by the elevator shaft and say, "Don't jump down there." And then I'd look down, and lo and behold, someone's down there.
Yeah, but the thing is, if you go all the way to the bottom, you can't get back up to the location that you need to be at to complete the mission.
Which is smart. It's actually, the levels are really smartly designed.
Yeah, it's forcing people to investigate. You can't just chase a waypoint looking at the ground until you get there, not listen to the next step, and then just chase a waypoint staring at the ground until you get there, and then take the elevator out. You have to look around. You have to take in the video game that you're playing.
Golly. What a concept.
Asking for a lot.
Hey,
I don't always want to.
That's exploring,
No, I know. I actually, it bothered me the most when we would do it with like a group and someone would be talking when my guy was talking. But I realized like all of our experience. I'm trying to experience it. But they're not all playing at the exact same time, you know. It's like you get the mission and it plays for you. And he's like, "Oh, Jay Wes." He's Australian. Which is strange because they don't have an Australian studio, do they?
Yeah, but they're in the UK. The Australians popping up there all the time.
You know, they broke free.
Yeah.
I didn't know they were allowed.
They're not. It's illegal.
Only when they're out on bail.
Yeah.
All right. Brock and Rob,
For
anything
our
you want to
Australian
say?
listeners.
Brock and Rob, anything you want to say to our Australian listeners or anything else about the game before we bring on our next guest?
I don't hear y'all have great coffee. Hope I can try it sometime.
All right. Australia has great coffee.
Australian coffee.
This is Open Comms Radio, your Star Citizen call-in show. Just a reminder, you can always call on in by joining our Discord. And today we have a first-time caller. This gentleman has commented before. I think he said something very positive before about the show.
Was it one of the bots?
Nope. Real bona fide human being coming on
Wow.
up. This is Minglewood. Minglewood, welcome to Open Comms Radio. Thank you for stopping by. We have a question for you today. Duke.
Tonight's question, Minglewood. Onyx Facilities, the future of exploration gameplay, or just another dead-end bunker?
Dang, that's a pretty good question. Well, I've been listening. I think at first I was thinking that it wasn't, but I've listened to what you guys are talking about. Like, it wasn't exploration gameplay necessarily, but I like Rob's point about how the maze is made, so you can go too far and then not get back. Well, I mean, you go back to the top, but then you got to start over again, right? So yeah, possibly. I sure do have some disappointments with some things about it, I'm really disappointed in the group gameplay. How one, you don't share rewards, right? So, but you also screw up the mission for yourself and cannot get rewards if you do it with someone else on their mission.
Yep.
Those things are I think that's pretty heinous, and I think that CIG has had a lot of has not been supporting group gameplay enough. They say they design these things for groups, but yet they don't really pan out in the end. Let's see. As far as I think Rob also made a really good point about the instancing. I was sure that this was meant to be instance, but the line of ships thing, that's a real deal. So it couldn't have been one place, but I don't like the fact that I have to really try to suspend my disbelief when it's the same location every single place. But I guess that's just the way it's got to be because of the number of players. So, yeah, I've had fun. I did all the missions through, and I'm in the repeatable stuff now. It was enjoyable.
Did you do them by yourself?
I do wish. Yeah. I think I had somebody come with me on one of them, and they led too much there, and I was like, I'm not doing any more of these with other people. You know what I mean? No, it wasn't Jar Jar at all.
I led Duke this morning because I had to go. I was like, just fucking let's go.
What I did wish though was that I wish that the missions themselves had more text to clue you where to go. I really like that it doesn't tell you where to go when you go in. It tells you to go to research or to engineering, right? But it doesn't. I mean, I guess the first mission you get a marker because you're so close to it, but you don't get a marker until you're close, until you've come to the appropriate area. And I wish that there was a little flavor text in the stuff to kind of, have you follow signs or, you know what I'm saying? Like
some clues.
Like there's a point where I'm just like, I just need to stumble around until I find the thing, right? And, which is exploring, but it would be cool if there was some contextual clues about like where you might be going and then things in the environment that pointed you towards, even subtly towards them. So I think I would have enjoyed that more. But it did make you explore the space. It was
I get
funny.
what
I
you're
found the
saying, though.
gravity lab. Oh, actually, I don't want to talk spoilers, but I found something like on my first time I was in there and looked around a bit. But then when I needed to go there for the mission, I kept going past where to go in there, and I was kind of frustrated by that. I won't say what bit that was, but and then I finally like, oh, am I just not? I mean, and I knew the place I had to go to because I'd seen the sign and been there, and I'm like, this is what this place is for. I know I got to go there, but I couldn't remember how to get to it, and I just didn't find that turn for an hour or so. But
Oh, dude, because the places, they're not even that big. Like when you realize they're not even that big, but they're so confusing. I get lost in them all the time.
Labyrinthian, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's a good critique on like, I like it because you're not talking about the delivery of it and the goals and stuff, but just a critique of how they did it, where if there had been little cues, like you said, like, oh, like, the next thing you need to find is it's in the newer section of the facility, which was most recently dug through the barren, the bare rock beneath the facility. Like that would tell you, like, okay, I'm probably going to see, some bare rock walls, maybe some new construction,
exactly, sure,
little cues like that, so that you're like, oh, all right, like I'm on the right track. And I think that would make it more exploration, investigation, like, as opposed to, like you said, I'm stumbling around, just hoping that I'm making the right turn. At this
you had to
point,
follow like just a few clues,
yeah.
and you might stumble on it without seeing the clues, but like where there's clues there, to be. So I'm just
I
not
would
like,
feel like Indiana Jones and not like Mr. Bean.
yeah. I mean, that's a good analogy. Yeah. So those are my feelings about it. I think that it looks great. I think some of the waves of the enemies are silly, but I actually think a lot of that is them responding to gunfire. But I tried it with a silencer just to see if that would change it, and I still had like tons of copians come rushing in when I shot one from a different, in a different place, right? Like I would shoot a copian, and then they would come running from I'm not going to say the places, so I don't want to spoil stuff, but they
Well,
would come
they
running
can
from
smell you,
somewhere
right?
else,
Yeah.
Well, I
So
think they're telepathic, so
no, but they didn't come till I shot the copians by me, right? So like as soon as I shot one of those copians, I knew that I just needed to wait 30 seconds for the other ones to show up, and it happened regardless of a silencer or not. So I thought that was interesting.
So do you plan to keep going back?
Yeah, because I mean, I didn't intend to collect all the armor, but now I've got like, I just need like a couple. I need like one leg and one arm, and three backpacks, and then,
A little bit of a completionist.
well, just because it's like I've got so many of the colors now that I made it out with. It's like, oh well, wouldn't it be cool to have them all? And what else is there to do? So
What else is there? Yeah. Well, I'm thinking. So we had this mission, and then before this, we had Resource Drive, and they're two very different approaches to missions and to gameplay. So, Mingle, you can start, but this is obviously a question for everybody. Of these two missions, which do you prefer, and which do you want to see more of? These two mission types.
I think I'd like to see more new places. So I think resource. I mean, I think the new mission I would lean there, but mostly because of that, not just the fact that it's exploration or combat. I mean, like I don't know if you guys read, but they've said that you can take the red if you got your Red Wind missions, and what was the other one? Repair missions maybe.
Okay.
No, it was Eckhart missions. So if you have those opened up, you apparently can get missions, and maybe it's not till 3.1, but or maybe it's now. I'm not sure. But anyway, it's either happening now or the plan is for the next patch. You're able to get Eckhart missions to go repair things in the base, and or like Red Wing missions, or whatever the freight services to bring things to the places. or perhaps pick things up from there. So they're already tying in hauling and repair missions, which I think is a positive thing. And so I think my answer is not a particular type of mission, but it's like I like that I want them to add more content that you can tie, the other gameplay into. Okay. And I like that this is exploration, right? But now we have hauling coming to it. There's combat in it. I would like to have some less combat-y parts, but whatever. I guess it's only fun the first time you do the puzzle, right? And yeah.
Well, I think so. I think if they added more random elements to it, if that's the direction they're going with adding other missions to it, if they add more random elements to it, I think then you'd have something there. I
mean, if they could make procedural, like parts, like a section, where you actually do have to pause have a trap or a puzzle and have a few of those in, I think that would be pretty neat. But anyway, yeah. I mean, I should let someone else speak.
What do you think, Broccoli Rob? Between this mission and the last mission.
So I did not like the last mission. I didn't like that it really, there was no benefit whatsoever to playing in a group. Like the individual rewards were cranked up to 11. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In this one, there's a little bit of combat, a little bit of looting. Yeah, I'm sorry. In the current mission, a little bit of combat, a little bit of looting. But in the previous one, it was move boxes alone so you can get paints. I do like that they said do this reward or do this so you can change things about the universe itself, which whether or not it's useful or not, it can be argued, but I like that idea. So I think there are elements to both of them that I like. Ultimately, I definitely like this current one more. I think it adds a lot and it doesn't add FOMO, which I can't stand as a way to motivate people to play the game. Or at least I think a universal reward, but we won't have to get into all that. But I think both have their place in the verse, but need to be changed slightly.
Okay. All right. Who we got next here? I think Lord Anubis. Lord Anubis, you with us?
Wait, what was that?
So our question now is between the Onyx missions and then the previous missions, the resource drive missions, which do you want to see more of?
I'd like to see them interlinked. I'd like to see them play into each other, like, having large events with multiple features utilizing multiple resources, like going back to Hathorpe or something or whatever, and also hauling and just having those types of things, kind of like when we had the what was the one where we were making like millions per mission, like 26 million per mission?
Ugh, Ghost Hollow.
I was gonna say that was back at like the drug hauling
but there were ways to do multiple things. You can either go into combat, you can do anything, and I think you incorporate FPS into that. You get everything all together and have them all play into each other. I think that, but I'm not going to choose one or the other. I don't think I can't because
Well, then which one would you play more? Like, which one would you play more often? Are you going to be running these Onyx missions, or are you going to be hauling and mining and doing something for a
resource drive,
whatever? Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think that I don't want the monotony of doing the same thing over and over and over again with hauling and everything like that. I would like the break to go do some of those Onyx missions. But again, I want them both to count towards things.
Right.
It's hard to choose between the two. I mean, honestly, I don't really have a particular play style that I want to stick to more than others, honestly.
Okay. All right. I don't think they're going to make us choose between the two. I mean, I certainly hope not. But
That's
yeah, no,
where,
it,
like bringing them together, and you got me like the gears turning. I'm like, imagine if there was an event or an mission, right, where we have to do some investigation. You're going to work through a facility or something. You've got to get to a computer console and get some details, and then that opens up maybe another facility or a dense resource pocket or something, and then you can use that information or sell it on the server so that other people can then go to that facility and like load up their ships with valuable resources. That's where that would be great. If these things came together in an event like that.
yeah. I mean, they have enough resources to do it. I mean, they have 1,000 employees. I mean, they should have the tools now to be able to make these things on the fly.
in the time. They're supposed to be like done with Squadron. We all know that's
Well,
not
yeah.
true.
Feature complete.
Well, yeah, feature complete, except they still haven't figured out how they're going to do scanning and things like that, which,
Oof.
again, Squadron sounds cool, but that's not the game I'm excited for. That's not the game I'm going to be playing for 10 years.
Well, and if they don't know what they're going to do with scanning, if they don't have a ship model yet, that's where like my doubts come in. But
Yeah.
we're not talking about Squadron right now. We're talking about which do you prefer, Cosmic Hobo? This mission, Onyx Facilities, or the resource drive missions?
I agree with Rob's take, but it's to be direct with the question. I do ASD more. Just it's more enjoyable. I like Rob said. I want global awards. I want events to mean things into the verse, but I don't want to do the same retrieval mission. Uh, 24, 48, 80, 106 times or something. No, no thanks. Like it's exhausting. I'm doing one right now, and it's like, okay, I've done this
Is
so
the
many
card
times.
always in the exact same spot
The
or whatever
card?
you're retrieving?
Oh, for the ASD facility, I'm doing one
Yeah.
of the ship retrieval missions right now. But
Oh,
it
okay.
depends on the card, because the card in the avoiding spoilers, the floaty and not floaty places,
Yeah.
that one moves. That one's in different spots at different times. The card at the flying pointy thing location is in the same spot every time, I believe.
Mm.
And the card for the spicy air area is at a slightly. I think that's just a terminal. That terminal is one of the 4 or so they have around the. There's a worm there. It's not one of the super big ones, but the room with the worm and the spicy
Yeah.
air.
Yeah.
That has different terminals for different times, but
Yeah.
it's in the same, like 5 feet from each other. I guess
So
that's another one of their attempts to make sure that if one breaks, that they don't all break, despite the
okay.
fact that it kind
Yeah.
of
Well,
suspends your disbelief a wee bit.
that's what I was going to ask is like, have all those been used? Have you used all of those? Because there is also a part 2 to these missions that they haven't released yet.
Right.
So I'm wondering if we can figure out what part 2 might be from what we have.
Well, there's levers at certain points, and like, there's a bunch of different things that we haven't used yet, especially in the engineering wing. And there's a whole level of the research area that is not currently used in any of the missions, and you usually just go past it. Most people just go past it and probably don't even realize it exists, because you're going down an elevator shaft at that time, and you need to go to the bottom of said elevator shaft, but there's this whole floor of full of copians mostly that's you don't really go down for anything right now. So yeah,
there's
there's
some,
certainly lots of other places I think, and they could have some of them go together. Like they could have certain things you need to do, go to point A to point B. Like I kind of expected more of that. Like the A to B spots so far are pretty close to each other, with maybe one or two exceptions, like the spicy air room going to the even spicier air room.
Yeah, I mean they're small facilities. Really,
Yeah,
they're not that
yeah,
big. They're just
they're
confusing.
they are. They have great atmosphere, and they're just. I think they're great. I hope we get more than just another wing and just other missions. Like I said, I want to see this design replicated for more story arcs. It beats the pants off those old bunkers.
Oh, definitely.
Definitely does. But I do think we're referencing Duke's question. If there's not any randomness involved in it, this is going to get old, and it will turn into a stale bunker. Because how
It's
many
just a
times are you going to
fancier
see
one,
that
yeah.
pointy thing? Yeah, it's just a fancier one. So if they're going to keep these facilities around, like Mingle, you were saying, they're going to keep it around and they have other things to do in them, repair missions and stuff. I'd still like to see them randomized a bit if there's going to be
Right, because that's the thing with those silly old bunkers. You're fine with them being identical because that's the whole idea, right? They're basically just an extension of the prefab,
Right.
ab units.
Right.
But this is supposed to be something really special, really unique, and yet there's over 100 of them.
I think that's just more of a technical reason. That's more of a gameplay reason because maybe they actually learned a lesson that if you have like everyone said already, if there's a line of ships out in front of it, you're not gonna it's not gonna matter. You're
It
not
could
gonna
be
care.
a well organized queue
They can fix
Yeah.
that with shuttles.
with shovels.
Shuttles?
Shuttle.
Oh, shuttles.
Well, that's what they did with the worm facilities, the ASD facilities. They use shuttles for that.
Mhm.
They could, but you still have to fly in and land your ship
Yeah.
Right.
because using the elevator is similar to a shuttle, right?
I mean, if
Pretty
it
much.
came out of a city or something, or like a port, they could just
Okay.
use shuttles, right?
I was going to say the
ports.
solution is ArcCorp.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
You land at ArcCorp,
Oh,
then you
yeah.
have to take a shuttle or a special metro system, whatever, to, if you want to call it, it wouldn't necessarily have to be instanced because there's shit tons of real estate for them to use under the city. So everyone can be getting different facilities. They can look the same, but you could have hundreds of them just on that one planet spread out. And there you go. It's fine for everyone because they're all the same facility, but it allows them to space everyone out and have them, not on
That's
top of
kind
each
of
other.
what it looks like their plans to do for the sewers
Right. Exactly.
environment or whatever those end up being, because I thought those were going to be kind of this in the sense that it's except I guess instanced.
Mm-hmm.
I think having the multiple locations for this to, avoid instancing or avoid overpopulation is fine, as long as it wasn't sending me to multiple of them in the same mission chain.
Right.
That's what
I
breaks it for
definitely
me.
agree with that. We need to not have to leave the facility. Let us
Yeah.
go to the lobby. Let us go to our hangar, and then if
Let
there's
us just
something that needs
submit,
to be, yeah. Well,
right? If the
Yeah.
mission is just to get files, then just submit. End of mission. Boom. All right, now we send you the next one. It's, it's in the same
Yeah.
facility. Get the next little bit.
Mm-hmm.
see that. Yeah. I wonder if they did that again for a technical reason, that they want to reset the environment so it's not constantly streamed in. And we all know when something is streamed in constantly, looking at you, freight elevators, they break. Things break.
Yeah, but couldn't they just do that with the elevator going to the lobby? Then you're in the lobby and then it can be set because no one's in it.
Yeah, no, yeah, I agree. Like lobby,
Right.
but like I don't know about
I'm worried it's another instance of tech debt, right?
Yeah.
They've designed the mission system, like they're already in the process of doing it. And part of that is randomizing, right? Like you accept the mission and then it's going to give you the location to do it based on where you are. And maybe they can't make it give you the mission at the same location.
Maybe. It's
Have there
quite
been
possible.
have there been any other mission chains where you complete a mission and then it will give you the next one in the exact same location? And I'm asking because I don't know.
Not intentionally. Like, because one of the first things we did when the resource drive started as an org was we sat in like an Idris at one of the spawn locations for one of like the defend missions, I believe it was, and we just camped it. Like we just sat there taking the mission, finishing it, and then it would pop again, and we would take it and we finish it. And we did like 5 in a row before the servers crashed.
Yeah.
So,
I personally think that having to leave the facility is a good thing. I think it forces people to slow down a little bit, which I think is important for exploration and investigation missions. Because if you just want to try to chain these as fast as possible, it's like, okay, you're just like, are you playing the video game or are you just like grinding out a bunch of missions and like running from place to place? It forces you to like slow down and take in the game a little bit.
fair. I think that it would. I think the first missions would benefit from leaving the facility, but the repeatable ones, that should be doable at the same facility. I think there's a good compromise there between, because there's going to be grind required. Like you need the drives for a Wicklow thing, so you're going to have to grind them out anyway.
I don't mind leaving for the first few missions if there was a lore reason. So like you said, it's good that it slows people down, forces them to kind of make it like an actual investigation and, experience all the work they put into the mission design. But okay, so make it, I go in, I get the personnel file. Cool. All right, mission complete. Thanks. And then put a timer. It's like, you're not going to get the next mission for like one in-game day or something, because they're going to analyze that.
Yeah, I like that.
But the fact that I have to leave I don't know, just because I have to leave, and then go right back in to get a different file or something, it would make me want to, take my Cuddy to wherever the guy's office is who's running this mission and strangle him. Like, but do you have any idea how much I fuel taking off and landing from the facility? Just give me the next mission.
Yeah, the only thing is that there is a lore reason that you are leaving the facility.
Yeah.
It's because you download a hard drive or like a hard data that you have to turn in for him to look at. They could make it even harder and say you have to go turn it into his office in Loreville specifically.
Right, because I was gonna say there's no real reason. I just send it to him on my mobiGlas like I do with everything else.
Well, no, you drop the hard drive into the freight elevator. Like you drop a hard copy
Later on, but
Dirty.
not the first missions.
Right. There's an inconsistency
Yeah.
there because you do just say, "All right, I got it," and it's like, "Okay, great," and then other times it's like, "You got to take that and drop it off at a station." It's like, "What? But can't I just like email you it?" Like,
It's
well,
too
what's
big.
up,
Something
man?
else
It's
that
too
should have
big.
been an email.
You reached the cap of your data plan? Like, what's up?
But right, I guess like you said, it's too big, right, Jar Jar?
Yeah, it's too big, or it's security. He can't risk it being hacked or stolen or whatever.
That isn't actually a thing. Still, they will have couriers, especially for large data sets that need to be processed by AI. They'll have couriers with hard drives bring something because it is faster and more secure to do it that way.
You want to know something
Cool.
else that's real that I thought about that relates directly to this game? So, we talk about reputation a lot in the game. And there's a guy in the town I live in who was really active and advocated, like went to City Hall and went to all the meetings and activated for like bike lanes and for stuff for bicyclists. And he's kind of like locally famous because he got the city to implement all these different bike lanes and bike stuff for bicyclists. So now he has such a good reputation around town that he always gets really good discounts at all the bike stores.
That was his plan
That's
all
awesome.
along.
Yeah. So CIG just use that as a model. And it happens. It's real though. It's even sim like.
There's other games that have that. If you're aligned with certain factions, you get discounts for
Yeah,
certain
of
items that
course.
they produce.
But that's another example of something they could have tied this investigation mission into, right? Like, give us a rep as a PI. And yeah, you can do like the first 2 missions and you have to lead the facility and this and that. You've got to get your rep up. You've got to be a level, you got to be a trusted PI or something. And then, all right, now we know you've been vetted. We need you to go and actually get this hard drive that you can't just email to us, but you've got to drop it at this location and stuff.
Are we calling them hard drives in the future?
I don't know.
They're server blades.
I
Is that
still
what they're
call it
called?
a hard drive.
I mean, you still call an SSD a hard drive still.
Right.
I know. I'm wondering if that's how it's just going to be.
We
I'm
still
okay with
use
it.
the floppy disk save logo, even though,
When was the last
Whoa.
time someone used a floppy disk?
right. You see that on all
It
sorts of things.
literally you hear stories of kids going, "Wow, I found a physical model of a save file icon." And they find a 3.5-inch floppy.
Mhm.
Yep. Yeah.
And you still have people film stuff. Things are on tape.
Yep.
It is
Okay.
funny watching shows like just like not that old. Well, okay, they're kind of old, but I take Ghost in the Shell for example. The fact they still use like floppy disks in that, it's just like, wow. Okay, you've got cybernetic implants, and you're using a floppy disk.
Those are
They just it was
future
an
Got it.
oversight.
floppies.
Yeah.
I mean, Star Trek, the original series. I mean, they were like, "Oh, well, we have these data tapes, and then they have these like
Yeah.
square
Little plastic discs.
cards." And it was a major point of an episode that their computer was so sophisticated that it could detect and listen to sound, and it was like this whole thing. And
Gasp.
but we are so far beyond all of that stuff now, which is absolutely crazy. Who knows what we're watching now that we think is really awesome, but will be quaint in 20 years.
Golly, phones. We're just gonna have implants or something. It's like,
Not
why did you
me.
carry around a brick with you all the time? It's like it was a phone.
Right.
Remember when there were
South Park
computers?
did it.
Yeah. What's a computer?
You were saying, Anubis?
It was when they still had electricity. Um,
Womp womp.
a whole different timeline there, but yeah, I had no other point.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Did everyone answer that second question?
Well, you want No, I was just if we're calling them server blades in Star Citizen, because we also have the Herald, which I think about
Oh,
now and
yeah.
again, and the MSR, which are data running ships.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think
So
CIG thinks about them much.
it looks like we can just run data on these little hard drives.
Yeah, that's supposed to be a gameplay loop at some point. Is data running?
You
Like
know, it
cargo, but data.
would have been really cool of them to require those ships. Just saying.
Right?
Even
Yeah,
if
you
it gave
need
you
a-
Maybe
one.
they'll make it.
Like
Maybe
in the
they'll
old
make
days,
it
when
so
you,
that like you have a server blade that can only survive if it's in a data ship.
Yeah.
Like it can't be
Mhm.
out of a system
volatile or something.
for more than 3 minutes or something.
Right. It overheats. It needs the cooling capacity.
And it's
Yeah,
like,
that's-
okay, if you don't have one, get a friend.
or rent one.
well, they just give you one. Like they did, they used to give you a cuddy to do that mission on the rooftop. You'd go up, you get the cuddy. Anyone know what I'm talking about?
No.
Oh yeah.
No.
It was
Cuddy on the roof?
it was what's her face, one of the mission givers. She'd
know,
give
that
you a
lady.
ship. Yeah, the lady.
Yeah.
She'd
How
give
long
you a
ago was
ship.
this? Is this old
Uh,
man Star Citizen?
Not that old.
Is
Isn't that
this
old?
Star Citizen before the PlayStation 4?
2.7.
Man, those were the
Is
days.
this
When
I think
Chris
old
Roberts
is
was
Port
talking about
Olisar was still
consoles.
around.
Okay.
Okay.
So that
But
was
yeah,
like
so they can do that.
2017.
They give you a ship, that you can. I think this was before hangars. I think so. Obviously, the complexity of, can I store it and recall it? Is it gone there yet? But you had a ship that you were supposed to use for the mission, so they could do that now. Like, oh yeah, you got to go here. You got to get the Herald. Fly this location, get the
Put a
data.
deposit down on it because
Yep.
if you wreck it, that's on you.
Yep. And then, I mean, they could do the whole thing, right? You gotta go to the facility, get your way through, get the data, upload it into the Herald or whatever, and then you have to fly the Herald through the jump point to Pyro, meet some shady dude, and he's gonna take it.
I do like, and I like Mingle's idea of you have to put it in that ship because insert lower reason here. It's like Quantanium.
Yeah.
You have to send Quantanium within a certain 25 minutes or whatever to get refined. It's just like similar to
maybe it could be that the hard drive, which is what we're going to call it, that has a death time on it for security reasons, right? The data can only be because they don't want it to just be transferred from the facility to the Herald. They don't want someone to knock you out, take the hard drive, and then they've got it. So you've got to get it from the facility. You've got to get it into your data ship. It's downloaded. Now it's there and it's safe. And then when you get to the new facility, it's got to be transferred to a hard drive. That way, if the mission's not completed in time, like one the hard drive, then that data's
Your
gone.
chip is the
You
data.
failed.
I love that. Love that idea. Oh, see, guys. All right, someone save this episode. Send it to CIG. Email Benoit.
Chris, if you're listening.
Yeah.
False.
Email Jared.
That's a free idea, Jared.
Free idea. Look, we've solved the data problem.
Next one comes at a fee, though. So.
Oh, you're
what's the
charging
speed
fee?
on the ships on the Mantis? What's its top speed? Because when you think about data running, it's like, how is data running even possibly going to work with the system we have now? If a Mantis can lock down an MSR, if it's faster than the MSR, there ain't no way.
Well, the MSR and the Herald
ever going to get away.
Yeah, but those are supposed to be two of the fastest ships.
Yeah.
Both of them. The Herald's just basically an engine with a wheel on it.
So I would say the Herald could probably get away. And I think the idea with the MSR is maybe it can fight its way out as well.
It's a little chunkier.
So, I mean, obviously not in the state it's in. They got to work. But theoretically, it could take out a Mantis.
A decent pilot should be able to take out a Mantis right now with the MSR. And then
I don't think Mantises are too tough.
I think the idea of both of them is that they're going to be able to collect data as well. That goes into the exploration. I'd like to see a lot of that.
Yeah, I think exploration ships in general have upgraded computers. So like the 400i, the Carrack, they've got better computers to start with, but you've got that trade-off. You want to use your computer for data storage? Data storage?
Damn gamer.
Damn gamer in the data storage. Or do you want to use it for scanning or research or whatever?
And I think that's where the speed of the data runners comes in, right? They're built to just get that data from one spot to the other as fast as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas, the Carracks built to be out there collecting data, analyzing, surviving for long periods of time.
Yeah.
I feel like the way you're describing it is exploration ships are going to kind of be jack of all trade. They can go far, they're pretty fast, they can scan, they can collect data, but they can probably do everything, kind of.
I think that's the idea for sure.
Yeah.
Right.
And then compared to the ships that specialize in those very specific things.
Right. Yeah. The Carrack is the Enterprise. Right. It's supposed to be out there, 5-year mission, exploring. new worlds, new civilizations, and then shooting the ones you don't like.
And
Boldly
may
going.
the force be with them all.
Exactly.
Always.
Wow, indeed.
So say we all.
So am I the only one? I preferred the cargo mission.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say everybody said ASD, but I'm Duke.
not me.
I'm with you.
Now, so this was one of the few of these new missions things that I put in a lot of time to. And there were a couple of reasons. That one, it's you don't have to complete it in one sitting. And as someone who's procreated possibly more than they should have, I don't always have as much time to play as I'd like. So I like that I could come in, I could, do 1 or 2 runs, 20, 40 minutes. And I made progress towards my overall goal. And I usually don't like grindy things. Like I didn't love necessarily the mission that I was doing, but I liked that I was able to come at, like do it and come back and go. And I also liked I was in it for the paints. I mean, I'm not as big on the FPS side of the game. Part of that, I feel like, the server's always janky when I'm trying to do it and it's frustrating. But I wanted stuff for my ships. The game, it's a lot of it is about the spaceships. And I just loved the fact that I was going to get paints. Now, if my dreams were really met, the paints would no longer be physical items that I had to be in my home hangar and have. But that's another story entirely. But yeah, that was why I kind of preferred it. And again, I didn't have to just sell my belief and go into the same facilities over and over and stuff. Like it was just, no, I'm a guy, I've got a ship and I'm hauling cargo. And that worked for me within, the realism of the game.
Yeah. I like that. I like how the narrative makes sense. For me, that it means a lot to me that the narrative, because I really like these ASD missions. I do not like that it's 120 of them. But
Because Star Citizen is about immersion, right? I mean, if there's one thing that keeps
Who
me
knows?
coming back to this game year after year and spending so much time on it, is it just feels different, right? When I'm playing Call of Duty or Halo or something, I mean, I'm playing a game. I'm running around, I'm shooting stuff. But when you're in Star Citizen, I mean, I'm the dude. I'm the dude that's flying the ship. I'm the guy that's walking around. I'm moving boxes. It's me in there doing that stuff. So that's why, like you said, I do value that a lot.
yeah.
And I'm going to ask out that chick from ArcCorp next time I talk to her.
Oh yeah, she's a cutie.
She is.
They know my type. She's like, "Hey, what you doing, mate? Oh, and I'm like, "What? What are you doing?"
What?
Hey.
What
What you
the
doing,
hell?
hey, girl?
Wow, she was like, I thought she was kind of a punk chick, but apparently she's like an Australian mobster.
I pictured an eyebrow ring.
Oh yeah, there's definitely an eyebrow ring. I mean, that goes without saying.
Little purple highlights in the hair, maybe.
But she's still dressed for work though.
Where do you get? Is she sending you pics?
Yeah, you don't get pics?
I haven't gotten any pics. I haven't asked, but I'm
Gotta
playing
get tier
cool.
5 first, and then
Yeah, he couldn't get to tier 5 on his own. Maybe that's why she
and
didn't send it to him.
secret tier 6.
Oh, ouch, dude. Ouch. It's true, but it still hurts. Brainbeer hurts because it's true.
Probably,
And
yeah.
I hope the same sentiment can be said to Chris Roberts and CIG. That when we say things that are true, maybe it hurts a little bit, but that's why. Because it's true.
We only say it because we care, too.
Yeah. But then again, that's the same thing that like my mother says to me, and I'm like, "Oh no, you don't have to say stuff though." Well, it's because I care. All right, how do you feel about the show today, Duke?
I feel pretty good.
Pretty good.
We didn't talk about our sponsor at all, though.
Oh, we didn't talk about our sponsor at all.
Yeah.
Anubis, do we have our sponsor today?
Do we? Hold on. Let me look at Notepad here.
We should really put something
You can do
together
it. You
for
can do the
that.
song. You can do the song.
Hopefully he's ready by now. Come on.
I'm happy we both did it. Yeah.
Find some good royalty-free music. For...
That's the best kind.
Wow. Okay.
okay.
Let's see.
If you don't have it,
we've got some wordy shit, but you know, that doesn't help.
Okay, can you give me 2 lines? Because they honestly they only purchase like 5 seconds.
Okay.
4 seconds, but I'm generous.
All right. Well, you know, Volt is a wonderful company because in times gone by, the trusty taser was on your side. With Volt, it's on everyone's side, and the walls, and your teammates. Next time you're in a contested zone, show them that what unlimited power truly means with Volt's line of electric, more than lethal wireless devices. Available at Walmart.
Hey, well done.
You mean Kelton?
You had it.
Yeah, it's
Walmart.
Very
nice.
You got to find the Walmart.
Yeah, it's upsetting to know that Walmart still exists.
Oh, it will. It will.
Oh yeah. When the Earth is just a single rock floating in space, there'll be a pristine Walmart stuck on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
There's no
Somehow
such thing
there's
as a pristine Walmart.
There's a jump point to the Walmart system in every single star system, and it just somehow that worked out.
All jump points lead to Kansas.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. All right. Well, at the end of the show, Mingle, this was your first episode, so you may or may not know this. At the end of every episode, I go around and I ask everybody if they have something they'd like to say to CIG, Chris Roberts, or the people on the internet. We tend to go backwards. So, Minglewood, is there anything you'd like to say to CIG, Chris Roberts, or the people on the internet? Mingle?
I imagine
Yeah,
a big
I'm
spotlight on
thinking.
Mingle
I'm
right now.
sorry. I'm just thinking. Yeah, I don't know. Man, just touch grass. That's what I want to say.
That's what I'm talking
advice.
about. It's beautiful.
Summer's almost over.
Mhm.
Touch grass.
There you go.
It's gonna rain tomorrow.
Dogs poo in grass.
All right.
All right. I guess Lord Anubis is next. Lord Anubis. Maybe it was Brock. We'll do Anubis. Anubis, anything you want to say to CIG, Chris Roberts, to people on the internet?
You can touch grass, but dogs poo in grass.
Sage.
All right. Was that to Chris Roberts or
the internet?
Oh, yeah.
That was to Chris Roberts. Okay.
The
Broccoli Rob.
Yeah.
Broccoli Rob, is there anything you'd like to say to CIG, Chris Roberts, or the people on the internet?
Yeah. Keep doing these exploration missions. I think they're great. I really like story content. I think it's a necessary thing for the universe and people on the internet. Something I just saw. Buy some ships with tier 2 medical beds. That's it.
Oh boy.
What do you mean? What'd you see?
That's a whole nother can of worms.
They updated some medical bed stuff. Tier 3s are not gonna let you respawn anymore soon.
Okay.
They're getting ready to release the Apollo.
That's positive.
Get hyped for Apollo. Get hyped for Apollo.
Yep. I'm hyped for it.
So what ships have tier 2 beds? Does the Cutlass have tier 2?
I think so.
Sure doesn't.
No?
The Cuddy
It
Red?
does not.
Well, it's tier 3.
What about the Ursa, the rover?
Nope.
That's the funniest one. It does not.
Good. That's all I really care about. That was good. That was good information, Broccoli Rob. You were holding out on us.
Yeah.
I just saw it.
Wow.
I just
all right, everyone check Reddit.
I saw it earlier and I didn't want to bring it up.
Oh,
sorry.
You
Sorry
hosted
about that.
last week.
Yeah, what the heck?
It just came out like this week, I think.
Are you trying to sabotage?
No. I was saving
You're trying to sabotage Duke's show.
I was saving it for more content for the next episode.
Yeah, that next episode will be spicy.
Listen, all y'all, it's a sabotage.
All right, Cosmic Hobo, anything you want to say to CIG, Chris Roberts, or the people on the internet?
Use these ASD facilities as foundations for future bunker designs. And please make the current bunkers way more better. Add floors, add more to them. They're old as shit.
Add randomness, a little bit of randomness.
Yeah, bunker missions. I'm not usually one for procedural stuff too much, but those bunker missions, perfect candidate for procedural generation.
Thank
They
you.
have next to no story of any kind and aren't. they're not good in their current form. They need to be.
Procedural generation is impossible in a space game. No one's ever done it before.
Are you trying to start something, or what's going on here? Are you triggering me? Are you make me want to
Triggered.
play Elite Dangerous?
You want to fight? You want to fight?
I'll fight all y'all. With
But
a multiple, and I'll
speaking
win.
of fights, we are going to have a Bar Citizen in DC for CitizenCon Direct.
Oh yeah, I'll make that my thing. My message to everyone is that go to your local Bar Citizen, and if you're on the East Coast, well, you have like 2 options. So congrats. You have Jersey, you have DC. I am not sure of any others that are hosting a live stream on the
And if you're on the,
anywhere east of the Mississippi, that is.
yeah, if you're on the West Coast, apparently F you. There's no Bar Citizens. So drink alone in your room, you loser.
Anubis, you got to set that up next year. Actually, hopefully we're physical again next
Drinking
year.
alone in my room.
Yeah. Just plan ahead.
Well ahead of you.
Sometimes when I play with you guys, I drink, and it's basically the same as drinking
Same
alone.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next year, I expect to be playing Squadron 42 with Mark Hamill.
You're just gonna have him over? He's gonna like.
No, at CitizenCon 2026.
Oh, okay.
Anything less than that would be unacceptable.
Thought you knew him. And...
Also, sorry, y'all. False alarm on the medical treatment thing. It's not a real thing.
It wasn't even true.
Forget I said anything. Yeah, no.
What?
I was looking up.
Wow.
I wanted to look it up just to be sure. It's outdated.
More
It's
sabotage.
outdated. It was from like 2 minutes ago.
And anyone that had to leave the show like 2 minutes ago is now walking out into the world with false information.
Oh, this is great.
Yeah, they're gonna go tell people.
They're
Hey,
gonna be like,
where I
"Okay,
learned
but
this
CIG." Where?
Open Comms Radio. They told me the latest.
Told me the latest. CIG is going to nerf all the med beds.
Oh no, we trained the AI with
people
bad
will
info.
buy their new ship.
The AIs that listen to us are going to have bad info.
Look, we don't need you to comment on the video on YouTube. We just need you to go on the Spectrum. Tell them.
Which Spectrum?
I think my wife's on the Spectrum.
We go on this. You know what I mean?
I have Spectrum Mobile.
You tell them that you want the medical beds. You don't want those tier 3s to respawn bodies anymore.
Yeah, how is every...
I don't.
Like,
and
it's
you
not...
tell them you heard it here on Open Comms Radio.
It's not capable of like repairing a gaping chest wound, but it can just resin print you an entirely new body.
Right.
What the hell is that shit?
Does not make sense. There isn't even enough room in like the NERSA to have the goo necessary to print out a new me, and I'm not even a big guy.
That's got to be such an easy addition too. That's got to be just like they go and they just fucking change a 0 to a 1 somewhere.
Yeah.
I know I'm sounding stupid, but that can't be like a difficult implementation to be like these beds respond to you and these beds don't.
Well, can I say? I mean, this is the perplexing thing is that they control all the dynamics in this game, and it doesn't make any sense to me that they don't have dynamic mission making, that they don't have modular facilities that could just be rearranged. I mean, the stations don't even really have any variety. It doesn't really make sense.
You're talking about the inside of the stations?
That
I mean,
was a
'cause-
modular test. That is modularity. They're different modules they use there.
And I think
You
what
know-
they found there was that it didn't deliver. It was supposed to be this thing, like they were just going to give it a few parameters and it was going to create all these internal spaces. And it didn't. They tried it and they said, it was not good enough, which I appreciate. I mean, if they did it and they were like, this kind of looks like shit, then that's fine. Scrap it. Move on. Do something different.
But the fact that they don't have their own themes, that they don't have their own, kind of feel to them, it doesn't really make any sense because they've had 12 years. These are not hard things that they could just simply change textures. They could just simply change
a little something,
just a tiny bit. They don't need to change much.
Because the
they
outside
can
of the
cultures.
stations are different.
Yeah.
Well, the argument can be made that they're all themed as Rough and Ready, which is the company that makes the space stations.
True.
Yeah, but I mean,
Rest and relax.
Yeah,
even
rest,
then,
rest and
I
relax.
say Rough and Ready.
You said
Rough-
rough,
yeah.
and
Rough and
ready.
ready. Just
rest
move
and
in,
relax. Thank you.
That's the
I
motto.
mean, even then, the only thing we have different is Grimhex, which is really cool. But there should be more variety around everything. The fact that everything's pretty much just a close clone to each other, it doesn't really quite make sense. You would think that, out near Microtech, they have a different, quite, little decoration, difference in culture and the NPCs that you'll see, different foods, but
Even
they
if it's just
don't
palette
really invest
changes.
that time. Yeah.
I can see why if we had multiple systems, I would agree with that. But we're talking corporatopia here. We've lived in corporatopia for 10 years, and of course it would all look very similar. It's corporatopia.
But Everest Harbor should not look exactly like Seraphim Station.
Yeah, I mean, it's
those are
corporatopia, but
two very different.
I think that actually makes the argument that they should look different because these corporations, just like the real life corporations, right? They put so much effort and money into establishing their brand and their
aesthetic.
culture
Mm.
and convincing
landing
people
zones.
to be loyal to that. I mean, I'm walking around. Am I wearing? I've probably got like a Patagonia shirt. And why? Why do I have that? Because they've tied their brand into certain things that I bought into, and I bought the shirt.
And it doesn't take much to change these things. To just spice it up, add a little bit of culture, make the galaxy seem a little bigger.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's an inflammatory comment. Come on.
I will. Yeah, I think saying
Whenever somebody says it
easy
doesn't
to
take
do,
much, I'm like,
yeah.
oh,
it's
I can't do it.
It's just make the game. Just make the game.
Why haven't they
Just
made the
finish
game
it.
yet?
Why isn't it 1.0 yet? I
That
do
being
think
said-
that. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I think that or low orbital stations should look like the landing zones, but I think that Lagrange points and like random space stations, I think being rough and
Yes.
ready, Jesus Christ, being rest and relax
What's going on with you, buddy?
is extremely
Spending too
on
much time in Pyro.
with just being like, hey, we need some space stations out here. Can the space station company come out and do those? It's like, yeah, sure. Here you go. Here's a bunch of space stations. And they're rest and relax because that's what we do.
Right. I mean,
Yeah.
I see that. I agree with that. Maybe one day we'll get alternatives. Maybe we will get a rough and ready space station. Wonder what that would look like. They already have
I mean,
heart
their
shaped
entire
heads.
existence was just not
Checkmate
enough.
station.
Yeah. The rough and ready is just because they saw the R and the R from rest and relax and became. They
Oh, that's
co-opted
the
the
lore.
branding.
Yeah, that's
at
what
that.
Pyro does. Yeah.
They should
That's
miss that
like-
brand.
I'd like to
That's
see an
neat.
ArcCorp station. They have an Ecumenopolis, but their space station is the rest and relax.
Right.
Like what?
I feel like there's so much missing from ArcCorp. They should be a much bigger deal. I mean, they can cover a whole planet in a city.
I do
right?
I do like your point. Having whatever's in orbit of ArcCorp also be themed to ArcCorp.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, that's fair.
it's Trantor. I mean, like,
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's a cool enough ask.
And I think
and you can have some mixed, depending what the corporation is. I get it.
I mean,
Think
even
about
if it's
it.
just
Jar Jar.
custom textures, like it it doesn't sound like much in the span of time that they've all looked the same.
Mm.
True.
Hey guys, I gotta slide off the couch. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we're gonna end the show right here.
Thanks for
Thank you,
coming,
Mingle.
Mingle.
Thank you for coming in. First time caller, Minglewood. Good friend, always there to help. So, Duke,
See it?
Yes,
Duke, we did it.
we did
You
it.
did it
I did
for
it.
the first time.
We did it.
Very special
It was a
thank
group
you
effort.
to Lord Nubis, Cosmic Hobo, Broccoli Rob, Minglewood for calling in. How'd it go, Duke?
I think it went well. I feel good.
All right. You want to play us out?
No.
That's that's part of the shtick.
Part of the job description.
I didn't read that part. What do I play? I don't know what.
Just play us out, man.
Do it.
Here we go.
Da, da, da.
Bing.